In a torn up town, no postcode envy, but every song's like gold teeth, gray goose dripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball gowns, trash in the hotel room. We don't care. For today's video, I am going to be doing my first tag. My first tag is basically where it's not like your first sexual encounter when you first had sex, like my first time. It's like your first time for everything, like your first word, the first shit you took, what you do when you first woke up. It's just everything that you've done first. And you'll even get to know me better and find out things you probably didn't know about me. First word. I believe that my first word was dada. I only say that because my mom told me that my first word was dada, but I don't know. I don't know if you get that feeling that you kind of know. First tweet. I honestly don't know what my first tweet was, but I know the one I've had on there since 8/21/13. It's a picture of Jasper when he was a baby, or when we first got him. It was kind of like a few weeks after we got him. Here's a picture of it. First YouTube video is Jackie's First Christmas. If you go all the way down past all those videos, you will see Jackie's First Christmas. It is adorable. I do recommend watching. She was such a blast at her first Christmas. She was trying to knock the ornaments down. She tried tearing up presents, and she was crawling underneath the tree. It was adorable. It kind of makes me a little sad. She's getting bigger, but this next coming Christmas will be her second Christmas, and I'm so excited. And this will be her first Thanksgiving, her first Halloween. I'm really excited. Really excited. First Facebook picture, and yes, this is my blonde hair. This was way back, in 2009, I think. Yeah, 2009. And that's my real blonde hair, and I was a lot thinner back then, but I like curvy now. First alcohol drink. My very first alcohol drink was Bud Light, which was the nastiest shit I've ever drank in my life. Ugh. Kind of makes me, I could feel it coming up in my throat. I feel like my throat. It was nasty. It was so, like, it had a sour taste to it. It, like, burned inside of my mouth. It was disgusting. And then my second one was Budweiser, which was nasty. I couldn't even explain how that tasted. It was nasty. And then my third was vodka mixed with 7-Up. See, but this is unexpected. I didn't know that day that was going to happen, because I figured we were just going to paint our nails and shit and do whatever we did. And her friend came over with a big white bottle and then 7-Up, and I'm like, okay, why not? And I only took like a few sips, and I gotta admit, it was good. I never did it after. I never did it again afterwards. I mean, when I get older, I'm gonna drink, of course, but nope, I'm gonna wait till the legal age. And when I turn 21, I plan on taking a shot of vodka. I've always wanted to know, everyone says it burns. I bet I could take it. First grade teacher. I believe her name was Mrs. Puffy, and yes, that was her name, Mrs. Puffy, and she was a bitch. Yeah, she would always talk to me in slow motion like I was a retard and didn't know what I was doing. She would always come up to me, like, she'd be all fast speed around everyone else, but she would come up to me like, are you on the same chapter as me? And I'd be like, yeah. And she'd be like, good, keep reading, and then walk away. I'm like, why? First best friend? Well, I have actually 3 first best friends. My very, very, very first best friend, her name was Kaylee Lucero. We were friends from 2nd grade to 5th grade, I believe, and then afterwards we just stopped being friends. I don't really know why we stopped being friends. Then my second best friend was Madison Boggs. I think still today we're still best friends. We'll always be best friends. It's just that her mom doesn't like me for whatever reason. I don't really understand why her mom doesn't like me. But whatever the reason is, she's just gonna have to get over it, because me and Madison are friends. We've always been friends. We'll always be friends. My third best friend, her name is Daniela Delaplane, and I don't really see her anymore, but I really miss her. And if she ever watches this, I miss you, girl. I wish we could hang out again sometime. I really miss you, and I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye when I moved. I probably should have, or no, I actually should have. And yeah, so if you ever have Facebook, add me, message me. I can't find you on Facebook anymore, so I don't really know. The very first thing that I did this morning is I woke up, which was number 1, but technically I got dressed, we went to go get some chips and stuff, came home, and relaxed the rest of the day. First broken bone. The only broken bone that I know of actually no, there's only 2 broken bones I've had in my whole entire life. It was this pinky. Basically, I'll just tell you the story. My brother and me were having a pillow fight, and he got mad because I hit him in the face too hard with one of the hard pillows. So he went like this really hard, and you gotta understand he's buff, so he can really hit hard. And he made my pinky kind of went back, and I don't know, it went really weirdly, and it broke, and it freaking hurt. But it was okay afterwards. And then my second broken bone was my little pinky toe on my left foot, and that hurt really bad. First detention. See, I'm not really sure what my first detention is because at the same time, I got in 2 fights, I think, in one whole day, and I was in elementary school, so. The first fight I got into was at a bus stop. This girl named Chelsea Williams, she was pissing me off. Honestly, she did. Everyone hated Chelsea Williams. I didn't know why, but everyone did. Well, I had this little heart sticker, I think, on this face. I had a little heart sticker, or a tattoo. And she kept poking at it and saying, "What is that? What is that?" And she kept repeatedly doing that. So I got really extremely pissed. Everyone looked over at me. I don't really know what I did to her, but I hurt her in the face a lot. I don't know. My brother said something. I turned around, I grabbed her hand, turned it around, I grabbed the back of her shirt, pulled it over her head, and I just kept punching her in the face. And then when the bus came, I walked to the bus, and everyone was cheering me on. I don't know if I got detention for that, but the other one was later that day. This girl named Rose Kitchen. It was around Christmas time, and I was in charge of decorating the Christmas tree. So I was standing on the table, and I was decorating, and Rose kept messing with shit. And I'm like, "Okay, Rose, can you just stop for a moment? I'm trying to get this up here, and you're tangling up the wires. I just got them untangled." And she wouldn't listen to me, so I told Miss Rose, what's her name? I don't know her name, but she was a great teacher. And her and the class went to go to the bathroom. I'm like, I'll be there in a minute. Can I finish this up? She's like, "Go ahead," but meet us in there. And Rose pretended to go to freaking with them, but she stayed afterwards and was trying to mess up shit. And she kept pissing me off, and I got off the team like, "Rose, if you do not stop right now, I will punch you in your face." I already broke her. No, I didn't say broke. I didn't say that, no. I don't know what I said. I said I already hurt someone else's face, or I don't know what I said. And I was threatening her. Yeah, I was threatening her. She was pissing me off. She wouldn't stop. And she's like, "And what are you gonna do about it?" And she was getting all feisty, and I was like, I ain't having that. So yeah, I got in a big fight with her. I freaking threw her ass over one of the tables, the kid tables, or desks, yeah. And I freaking got on top of her and hit her like twice in the face. And Joey was a helper, and he freaking pulled me off her. And I think either one of those was my detention. I don't really know which one it was, but one of those were my first detentions. First kiss. This was like one of the most romantic kisses I have ever had. Like, it was my first. Of course it's gonna be romantic, but I mean, usually the first kiss is on a bed and you sit there and you know. But this was like, I don't know, it was weird. Well, we were living in Fillmore at the time, and my brother and me my mom was asleep in the living room, and me and my brother had my friends over, Brandon and Brandy. They were brother and sister. And me and Brandy were talking for a bit, and then we switched rooms I don't know why we switched rooms, but Brandy went in there with my brother, and Brandon came in my room. And we put on a romantic, old-fashioned black and white movie, and we were sitting there watching movies, and he wrote me a letter. He was writing me notes back and forth, writing notes back and forth, and it said, "Will you be my first kiss?" And I was like, I didn't know what to do. I covered my face. I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god." I was hyperventilating. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I put yes, and he's like, "Okay." And when I was like, and I did it really fast, and when I did, I missed his mouth and kissed his cheek, and then we finally were like, and we made it to the lips, and then we just sat there for a moment, like, I don't know, it was like so romantic, and we had a romantic black and white movie going on, we were holding hands, writing notes back and forth, and we just sat there for a moment and kissed, and her sister walked in, we were like, and she was like, "Oh, I'll just leave you guys alone." I'm like, "No, you can come in, we're done," and he's like, "Okay, I'll see you later." I was like, "I'll see you later," and I told her about it, oh no, it was so romantic. This is really sad to admit, and I'm sorry if you're watching, Gavin Blackburn. He was my very first boyfriend. And I don't really know if you can consider your first boyfriend in elementary school, but he was my first boyfriend, and, let's just say he was a douche. Like, I had the biggest crush on Gabe. And I don't think he ever knew it, because I kind of treated him like an asshole. Because I didn't want him to know, you know? And then, like, a few years later, we went out, and then we broke up, and then we just never got back together. And he was so romantic, and sweet, and kind, and funny. He had this sense of humor. It was amazing. But he would give his girlfriend a ring. And I was so mad at Gavin. I was like, "If you're not going to give me a ring, we ain't going to be together." And he's like, "Fine, fine, fine." And he finally got a ring from Gabe. And he's like, "Here, have this." And he threw it at me. And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And then I lost it. But we broke up after that anyway, so it didn't matter. So yeah, Gavin Blackburn was my first boyfriend. Go on, everyone. You can laugh. I know people from Cascade are probably going to be bursting up laughing at me. Come on. Laugh at me. I laugh at myself. First walk. When I was a baby, I never walked. I didn't walk until I was 2 years old. And my mom even blamed herself. She's like, I didn't want my princess to walk. So I didn't walk for all those years. I didn't walk at all. Or maybe I was 1 year old. I don't really remember. Who the hell remembers? But, like, I never walked. I was like the princess that never walked. Everyone had to carry me everywhere, or I would not move. And after a while, when I first started walking, I think I was, I don't know, 1 year old, 2 years old, I don't know. My legs hurt so bad. I even remember they hurt so bad. I didn't want to walk. I was like, someone please pick me up. And like, yeah, so I guess my very first walk was a little later, but first bike ride. Oh yeah, my very first bike ride, I was at my grandma's house, and this is a really good memory from her that I really like and I love to remember and laugh at. My grandma was the one who taught me how to ride my bike. And for the first time when I rode a bike, I rode a pretty big damn bike. I didn't ride one of those little itty baby bikes. I rode a big bike. And for the first time, I was so terrified. I didn't know how to stop the bike. I didn't know what to do. She had told me over and over, but like when you get so freaked out, you honestly forget everything. And I don't know, I was riding down the thing and it was slowing down and I was like, you know, woo! And I was like, Grandma! 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 And I didn't know what to do, so my bike just fell over. I just fell over with my bike. I was just like, poop. I just fell over. I didn't know what to do. And of course I cried. I was so scared. I was like, I'm gonna die. And then I kept doing it. After a few times, I started to get the hang of it. And I never stopped riding my bike afterwards. Until, like, we moved to our house and then I stopped. But, yeah. I just want to throw this in before I end the video, but my grandma taught me how to write in cursive when I was about, I don't really know how old I was, but I was really young. And she taught me how to write the letter G in cursive. My grandma taught me how to write in cursive. I just thought that would be a fun fact to share with you guys.
So this is the end of the video. If you like my channel, subscribe. If you don't like my channel, subscribe, like, love, and comment with anything that you want to say to me. I will make sure to get back to you. And for an extra at the end of this video, this is a video of me twerking. Okay, like no balls, no nothing. It was me, booty, music, twerking. And I deleted a lot of the footage. So this is like a little short footage, but I plan to make a twerking video that's good enough to put online. I don't want to put up something shitty like my booty ain't bouncing enough or I look really stupid. No, I want to look good, do the twerk, and be proud of it. So this is just a little part that I really liked. I did really well on, and hopefully you'll see more of that. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah! Toodles noodles.